Hey guys, welcome back to another series. We're doing this brand new series because we've just gotten ready to roll out a brand new course for everybody. It's going to be absolutely free. It's called the Creative Freedom Course. Now, a lot of people you'll run into, especially a lot of business coaches or anything like that, they're going to try to teach you how to scale your business, how to grow your business, how to get more leads, all of that stuff, right? But one of the big things that they always forget is how to actually manage your time, manage your life, to bring back more creative freedom, because that's what it's all about. If you run your own business, you know what it's like to feel overwhelmed, to feel like everything you're doing, you're just spinning your tires over and over and over. But the big key is that when you're building out all of your stuff in your business and you're doing a phenomenal job, you're getting what we call the creative fatigue. And as a business owner, your sole job is to be a creative mind. Be able to capture that vision that you had and direct it to where it needs to go. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start this course out. I'm going to go over everything we're going to show you guys. Every single thing. There's going to be a link below to actually get your workbook that comes along with it. It's absolutely free, guys. I don't want to charge you for it because I think every single business owner on the planet needs to have the creative freedom. So that's what we're going to go over. And what we're going to go over is we're going to go over an audit. That's what AA stands for, is your actual audit. It's going to go over everything. We're going to go more in depth with these in every single video. But we need to audit where all your time is going, where all of your mental bandwidth is going. The whole process of this video and this series is to bring back that creative freedom. But by doing that, you're actually auditing where your mental bandwidth is going so you can focus on actually building a better business for you and your family. The next thing we're going to go over is we're going to talk about the vehicle. Everybody has different vehicles, but we're not talking about a car that goes down the road. We're not talking about a motorcycle. We're not talking about any of that. What we're talking about is the vehicle that you choose to get your business from point A to point B, what that looks like. The next thing we're going to talk about is the internal struggles that you're going to face. Every single business owner runs into this. They're going to start facing internal struggles. How can you overcome them? How can you master them? How can you become that better business owner? The next thing is the filter. What are we going to do to look through things in order to filter out all of our decision making? I'm not talking about, someone asks you a question, you run it through a series of questions over and over. So only a couple different things that we're going to go over in this series to actually help you become that better business owner. And the next thing is the external. What's the stuff that you can't control? The stuff that's outside that everybody's trying to scavenge for that little bit of time that you have every single day. What does that look like? What does that look like to you? What does that look like to them? And ultimately, what does that look like to your business? A lot of people get it confused. They think, hey, I'm building a business. It's here to make money, and that's great. But the reality of the matter is that it's there as a living, breathing machine. You have to feed it constantly. You have to feed it leads constantly. In return, it's going to give you revenue to better expand yourself and your family and ultimately the business. But what does that look like? Because the problem is that you can control a lot of this stuff, but when it gets to that external pressure, how do you handle it? How do you overcome it? And ultimately, how do you make it better? Those are the questions that we're going to cover in this entire video series. I'm going to break it down for you guys so this way you understand exactly how to overcome it. So the next time someone gets to you or starts asking you questions, you can run it through your vehicle and your filter and realize that, hey, that is a no or that is a yes, and I need to take that opportunity. And then what we're going to do, so we're going to choose that loop. Every single business, every single person, every single mind runs on a loop. Every loop that you have needs to be efficient. It needs to be something that your brain is meant to handle. Our brains are not meant to take in as much data as we do on a daily basis. It's not meant to take in that much pressure on a daily basis. So how do we choose the loop that's going to work for us? That's what we're going to dive into. It's going to be a tough video series to master because as you do it, you're going to start realizing where you're struggling and where you can be more successful. But if you can choose that right loop, it's going to be efficient. And as you continue to build that out, you're going to refine it and it's going to become better and better the more that you use it. Now, using that loop is going to be astronomically painful at first. I like to tell people that up front because as you run that loop, you're going to struggle. You're going to fail because your brain is wired a certain way. Every single person on this planet has a brain that's wired a specific way to match them and to match their workflow. Our job here with this series at the end of it to identify where your brain is wired so you can inject that loop into that system, break that wiring, and rewire it to match what you need for your business. And the last thing you're going to talk about is the overall freedom system. What is it? What does it look like? If you look at this, this is the types of stuff that we're going to cover. We're going to audit the time. We're going to look at that vehicle. We're going to choose those right systems to help feed that loop. Because the big things that you want to do overall is be able to get all of that data out of your mind into those systems so you can run effectively, so you can run smoothly. Those are the things that you need to start asking yourself as you're moving through on a daily basis with yourself and your business. How do I overcome that challenge? How do I overcome that decision? And as you start building out those loops, you're going to start discovering how you can overcome those challenges with ease. Like I said, a lot of business owners, a lot of coaches, a lot of therapists out there, they all talk about how you got to do X, Y, and Z. That's not what this is about. What we're going to focus on is how you can build a loop that matches you and your business so you can become better. This isn't just geared for people that have a business. It's not geared to any specific business. What this is geared towards is being that better person every single day. When you wake up to the time that you go to bed, what can you do every single day to refresh that loop? Get that loop better and better. So each day you're moving forward, you're challenging yourself, but you're making the world a better place. Those are the questions that we're going to have answered in this entire series. Now, this is the shortest one of the entire series, so I don't want to get stuck on it too much, but remember, we're going to go talk about the creative freedom process. Ultimately, at the end, you're going to have a freedom system. It's designed to help you and your business. Even if you don't have a business, it's there to help you grow as a person. We're going to talk about the audit. We're going to talk about the vehicle. We're going to talk about the internal, the external factors, the filters, and then ultimately choosing the loop and building your systems so you and your life can get back on track and get running smoothly. Whatever that may be for you, it doesn't matter what it is for someone else. Ultimately, it comes down to what matters to you. So choose the right systems so you can have that better life that you dreamed about.